So I posted this hat to Reddit, right? And I got this comment. It reads, "I've been really struggling with this pattern for the last 2 months. Ripped it out probably a dozen times." We gotta sort that. So here's the item in question. It looks super complicated, but it's not. So we're gonna need some yarn, to replicate it. I'm not gonna make exactly this. I'm gonna make some socks that just kind of follow the same procedure. But don't worry, it doesn't matter as long as the total count is divisible by 4. And you can see like these lattices are going over and underneath each other and whatever. Get rid of that. I already did the ribbing. It's a purl 2, knit 2, repeat. The count is 48. Divided by 4 is 12, so that's real nice. But the issue arises when we want to start making our cables, because what we're looking for is purl and knit pairs. So this is the beginning of the round right here, and we're starting with 2 purls, which is a problem. But what that also means is at the end there's 2 knits, right? So you see here we want to cross those, cross those, cross those, and those are all knit purl pairs. So you can see over here we have 2 knits at the end of the round. So I think I see a solution here. If we just move this first purl, just slip it and put it at the back of the round, right? From the front to the back of the round. So my kitty is really looking for attention, so I'll be right back. Okay, we're ready to begin here. I got my ghetto stitch marker signifying the beginning of the round, and like I was saying earlier, we want to move this first purl to the end of the round, and it's very straightforward. We just slip it purlwise, just like that. Okay, good. Now it's at the end of the round. We're done with that part. So now we can move on to do our right purl cross, and just place this marker on here. For some reason, man, I really dislike stitch markers. I never use them, but just for the sake of this tutorial. So we grab our purl stitch here and our knit stitch, and we're going to do a right purl cross. So grab the purl, drop the knit, move the knit in front of the purl to the right, and then we knit the knit and we purl the purl. Hence the purl part, right? And we're going to do the opposite here, a left cross purl. So we grab our knit, drop the purl, bring the purl behind, put it back on, and then purl the purl and knit the knit, you see? And just repeat that till the end of the round. Just, I'm sure you have your own method of doing this, but I find this is it's a little bit risky, but it is significantly faster than other methods I've found. So just, you see knit and then purl that, and then a left cross purl, grab the knit, drop the purl, bring the purl behind, place it back on the needle, and just work it, and knit as well, and I'll see you at the end of the round. Just pause it here. And here we are at the end. These are the last 4 stitches, and we're going to work them just like the first 4 stitches. We're going to do a right purl cross and a left purl cross. So pick up the purl, pick up the knit, grab the purl from behind, drop the knit in front, bring it in front of the purl, place it back on the needle, and knit the knit, and purl the purl. It's always a little tricky when you get to the end of the needle. You're probably working on circular, so I would imagine, if you're making a hat. But see, this is just a problem I'm having. But yeah, it's all gonna work out here. So we grab this purl, bring it behind the knit, place it back on the needle, purl that, and knit that. So now we're back at the front of the round, right? And this round is going to be a lot easier. It's there's no crossing involved. It's just knitting and purling. So there's one very intense round, then a break, and then another very intense round. So let's just move this stitch marker, and see here we got a knit and a purl, and a knit, right? Knit and a purl and a knit. So we knit one, and then we purl two. There we go, two. And then we knit one more. And then we just repeat all the way to the end of the round, and I'll see you there. You can probably just pause it now. And here we are at the end of the round, and we're still doing the same thing. I'm just going to knit one, and then we're going to purl one, and then purl two, and then knit one, and that concludes the round. So let's have a look over here, see what we're dealing with. It's a similar issue, slightly different, but more or less the same solution. So in this round we want to do a left cross, not a left cross purl, just a left cross with these two knit stitches, and then so we got to pair up all the knit stitches. So we have this knit stitch at the beginning and end, and we just slip that knit stitch purlwise, placing it at the end of the round. Should look like that. And then we can move ahead, place our stitch marker back on if we so choose to, and then we purl two, right? There's no crossing involved on the purls in this round. There's one, and there's two. Now we want to do a left cross, so we're going to take this first stitch and move it in front of the other stitch, right? So just grab that first stitch, drop the second stitch, move it behind the first stitch, place it back on the left needle, knit it, and then knit that other stitch, creating our left cross. And then we just rinse and repeat, purl two, and do a left cross. Just grab that back stitch, drop the front one, bring it behind the first stitch, place it back on the needle. Yeah, you know the drill. Just keep doing that till the end of the round. I'll do one more purl here, and we can have a look, make sure the appearance is satisfactory, and yeah, it's decent enough. So just pause it here, and I'll see you at the end of the round. So there are 4 stitches left, 2 purls and a left cross, and I guess technically I could show you, but you know what to do, so let's just skip ahead. Okay, here we are at the beginning of the next round. It's another rest round, so we just purl 2 and then knit 2 repeatedly. There we go, so purl 1, purl 2, so on, so forth, knit 2, purl 1, purl 2, knit 1, knit 2, and so on and so forth. Okay, so here we're at the end of the round, and we end as we began, and then we just jump on into the next round, right? So we got 2 purls and 2 knits, and this looks very similar to the first round we did. So we're going to do what we did the first time. We're just going to slip that first purl, and then we're going to do, yeah, you could put that stitch marker on there. I decided to retire it, but just do a right purl cross, drop that in front, bring it up, place it back on the left needle, knit it, purl, and then just a left purl cross. It's exactly the same as the first round, exactly the same. Let's see if we can get in there. Oh, we're purling, are we? Yeah, we're purling, right? Yeah. So this is dragging on a little, so I'll show you something a little interesting here. This is a different way you can do the left purl or the right purl cross, right? So you slip both stitches like we did before, but then twist them back onto the the left needle like this, individually, just like that, and they come in purlwise or knitwise, through both stitches, just like that. Then you place them back on the left needle, and you have your cross. So you can just knit that guy and split the thread a little there. Okay, and just purl this guy. Just like that. So there's a little trick for the left purl across as well, or just the left cross in general. So this one's twisted for some reason. Let me just put that back. So you pick them both up. Something weird's going on here. Oh, I dropped a stitch. Let me just fix that real quick if I can. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we slipped them both knitwise, and then we come in from the right to the left, put them back on the left needle, and then they're twisted, right? They're crossed, so we can just purl this one and knit this one. Alright, great. So let's move on to this rest round. It's the same exact as what was it, the fourth row? I'm pretty sure. No, the second. No, the fourth. Yeah, whatever. It goes like this: we knit one, and then we purl two, and then we knit one to infinity and beyond. So here we are. We just went all the way around, knit one, purl two, knit one, and we want to do this cross on these two knits, right? We're going to do a right cross this time instead of a left cross, but we have this lone star, right? So we got to move him over with his buddy. Spaceballs the tutorial. So yeah, we just lift him, knit purlwise, and then we're just gonna purl those two guys, right? There's no crossing involved there. And we're going to use our fancy technique here. So we're just going to pick them both up, slip them purlwise, and then twist them. I can't really say knit or purlwise there. You see what I'm doing though. Twisting them back. Careful not to split the thread. I don't like this yarn at all. We come in knitwise, do both loops. Man, it's harder than it should be. And then just place them back on the left needle. Wow, that's really out of focus. Can't see anything. Don't worry, I'll try to show you again. But yeah, there we have our right cross. So we just purled two there in between them, and we're going to pick these up, slip them purlwise, twist them back onto the left needle individually, and then we're going to come in knitwise through both stitches, and then we're just going to slip them back on the left needle like so. And then we can knit them both, maybe. Yeah, there's one and two, and so yeah, just continue with the two purls and a right cross till the end. Be sure to pay our kitty tax. There's a good use for stitch markers. You like that? Okay, last round. It's an easy one though. So we just purl two and then knit two. And just repeat that until the end of the round. Last 4 stitches of the round. Purl two and then knit two. And that concludes one repeat of this pattern. Look here, yeah, that's kind of what we wanted. And there's the original start of the round, and it's migrated 4 stitches to the left. And it's just going to keep doing that for each iteration. So I hope that clears up any confusion. Good luck and have fun.